Effect pedals for synthesizers, melodic techno effects that work. That is today's video. Are you ready for that? Let's go do it right now. Hey, what's up? I'm Analog Kitchen and thank you for checking out yet another video. Now, if this is your first time here, do not hesitate to click subscribe and hit that notification bell. Whenever I upload a new video, you'll be kept in the loop and you'll not miss out on anything. Stick around till the end of this video. I will tell you all about Discord, I'll tell you all about Patreon, I'll tell you all about the community, I'll tell you how you can be part of that as well. On today's topic, if you buy a synthesizer, most often there is an effect on board, then you're lucky. If that's the case, skip ahead, this video might not be for you. However, if you have a synthesizer that does not come with an effect, or you would like to customize your effect a little bit more, hang around, because I found that hailing from the old days, back in the days, let's go back in time. So when we bought Roland equipment, say I had a JD800, there were effects on board. It was amazing. I mean, it was easy to work, it was easy to do, but there was something with that Roland sound. Now there's an RSP 550 effects box that I even bought for that Roland reverb kind of delay kind of vibe. But looking at synths nowadays, if you buy a Moog synthesizer, most of them do not come with an effect. I think the grandmother has like some spring verb on there, but other than that, the subsequent does not have any effects. Minotaur, no effects. You know what I mean? So it means that if you're trying to just like go into the effect realm, you'll find yourself going to your drugstore, your local drugstore, and ordering effect pedals. Now the effect pedals hail from the guitarist world. Remember the guy with his like flying V guitar, stomping the floor and going right into that distortion kind of vibe. Rock and roll! Cool. However, those days are over, is what Sting would say, because nowadays, us dollars cats, we love our pedals as well. But not every pedal works on a synthesizer. And if you work it, how are you going to do it? Much as somebody with a toupee that you can think the hair away, that's how an effect should never be sitting atop your synthesizer. It should be embedded within the sound. It should enhance the sound. So words that come to mind, in my opinion, are, yeah, you should look for emotion. You should look for character. You should look for space. You should look for identity. Those are a few words that come to mind when you're thinking of what does my synth need. Now, in the melodic techno realm, there are certain sounds that really create a vibe that make those records work. That means that I will go to that melodic techno synthesizer, the subsequent 37. I'll start a bass patch from scratch, make a bass sound, and we'll run some drums, some melodic techno drums coming from the Octatrack Mark II. Now, disclaimer, this is going to be, again, a long loop of electronic music. So if you're not into that, and you really don't like sequence-based drums, skip ahead. Also, this video is not for you. However, if you love your hamster wheel kind of stick your head into the speakers kind of vibe, you're in the right spot. So, beats from the Octatrack, bass from the subsequent, and then I've got 3 pedals. We're going to look at the Strymon Blue Sky. However, limited edition, so it's black. We're going to look at the DD7, that is a Boss Roland kind of delay. Think Richie Houghton and think on how he used to play back in the days when he did vinyl. He brought the zone mixer and then he just stuck the DD7 in there, so all that kind of vibe, that tape delay-ish kind of flavor, that's the DD7. And then I've got the June 60. This is a small, cheap, sort of like reissue of the Juno 60 kind of chorus, you know. It is pretty out there, so I'm not sure if I'm going to ever use it in the way that it is, but if you're using one or two sort of like effects presets that you created and you want to do something different in your sound, you want to make a drastic impact, that effect might be something for you. Now, there's also a hierarchy on how you should connect those effects together. So how I've done it is, first there's the chorus, then I'll go into the delay, and the blanket of sound is going to be the reverb towards the end. Now we're going to just go in, try it out, and see if we can make something work. If you're ready, let's go do it. Let's do it now. Alright gang, so okay, the setup is very simple. As I said, I've got like 3 effect pedals which we are going to focus on today. It's going to be the TC Electronic June 60 Juno Chorus, it's going to be the Boss, and that is going to be the Blue Sky Strymon. Now let's go over the drums quick fast. Kick drum. Got a kick drum on 1. Got the kick drum mapped in such a way that if I'm opening up the crossfader, there's low going to be taken out. So I can do a few things there, which is nice. Got the hat on 2, clap with a little bit of reverb on 3, hat on 4, right cymbal on 5, and some sort of like castagnettes on 6. 7 is usually a true machine, but I'm not using the true machine as because the DM12 mixer, which is off camera, is where the sound is going to go. Now let's stop it. Okay, we're going to initialize a patch as a head, so we're going to press init. Boom. That means that nice. So we've got it going. So I've got the subsequent immediate in and out to the octatrack, so whatever I placed on here I can record it on here. Let's save this quick fast. Yeah, so we're going to go in, we can say save to accept. So there's nothing there, right? There's only one oscillator. Whatever is happening, it's only one oscillator. Now I'm going to see if I can just like get a bit of sound going. Take a look at the waveform. Nice and rich. Open up the filter. So this is your basic sub oscillator there. And then the second oscillator. Which I need to turn on, obviously. I've tuned it up. If you can guess by how many semitones, you will win a prize. Looking at the waveform. Yeah. It's just a saw. It's not a saw, obviously. Has to be a... Yeah, nice. Okay. So I need a little bit of a sub thing there, right? Okay, nice. I'm not going to use noise at the moment. Envelope generation a little bit. A little bit of resonance. Liking it. Okay. Save. So. See if we can do something on this beat, right? One. Following the groove. 3, 4. Play there. Okay, okay. Okay. Now let's see. I'm not going to start with the chorus, but I'm going to start with the delay. So listen to what it sounds like. Sounds like. If my it's nice. I'm looking for character, as I said. So what I do, I turn it off. This delay is nice. It doesn't come with MIDI. So if you want to set it to time, you have to just like do that manually. So you press and hold it until the light goes green, and then you go like So now I've got some sort of a triplet going. See if I can alter my bass line, because I think I can do a better job with that. So taking out the tricks here. Right, okay. See, get a vibe going. Maybe. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking that. Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm digging that. Maybe a little softer. Don't want to overdrive the effect, obviously. Cool. Yeah, go for that bass sound. I've turned down this delay. Let's see if I'm turning the channel on. Let's see what happens. And what you would like is some. Listen to the reverb here. I'm liking that. Now, this is how I probably would set it, forget it, you know. Let's turn this tune off and listen to this. Yeah, I'm liking it. The note that I needed to take out. There you go. Now what I love about the Strymon is that it gives a bit of character. Now this is the room setting, right? So, and it's on shimmer. So the type is room and then it is shimmering. So listen, if I overdo it, what it sounds like. As I said, this thing is a CIA kind of vibe, right? So the better you do your job, the less people are going to find out about it. So this is exaggerated, obviously. What you would want is for people not to really notice that the effect is on. So it will enhance your sound considerably. So what I would do is I'll open up the delay a little bit. With it. Now the feedback time should never be too long if you're going to run a delay into a reverb, obviously, right? So turning it off so that you can hear it. Now turn on the reverb. Nice. Now let's try a different setting here. So I'm going to take it out of shimmer. So maybe use a plate. Let's do that. Now if you want to have some sort of a blanket around what is happening with your sound and you need your sound to be audible, but at the same time not too much in your face. Listen, if I'm turning off the mix, there's no reverb here, right? So if I'm going to introduce it slowly, listen to when it's going to start to take over. And you would need to just like look at that crossover point and don't go too far. That's how I would use it. So opening it up. If you want to exactly know what's happening, let's open up the filter a little bit so you can hear what's happening, right? Because if it's going to be like this, you really need to just like scratch your ears to hear what's happening. Now, so I'm going to put a little bit of reso on there, at least open up the filter. And then if I open up the reverb, you can hear how it's going to eat away at it. Now, many reverbs will accumulate the frequencies that are there. You know what I mean? It means that if you got bass heavy information, it will just stack more and more and more low end frequencies on top of each other to the point that it gets like drowned out or washed out. It doesn't really, it's not easy to work. Now what I love about the Blue Sky, for some reason, it just sets a path of reverb next to the initial sound. I can clearly hear my sound. Let's turn this off. Clearly hear my sound. Just exaggerate the length, so make it shorter so you can hear what's happening. Do the same with the delay. So without the effects now. Nice. I love the envelope on the sound. Just a reverb, delay. And then you can just space it out the way you want it. So listen to this. Love this. Now, effect level I'll put place on 11 o'clock so that you'll hear it, but it's not going to exaggerate because this thing will get wild very fast. You need to be very careful with the digital delays, and we need this to have some character, add something to the sound, and then have the reverb smooth it out a little bit more, if you will. So you can hear. How is this not working, right? Loving it. So now I'm going to lengthen the notes, see if we can still make out what we did. So going back on the mix on the Strymon. Here we go. So you hear the reverb, which is still a bit on the loud side, but you can hear if I'm opening up the filter, you hear the delay in the background. That's what we want, okay? A little bit of LFO on the filter, so have some movement. Turn off the right cymbal here. We're going to take out the 7 semitones and make it a little bit more unison. Longer notes. Take out the filter. You gotta like it, man. Let's try the chorus again. Got a problem with the juice going in. I think that this is too light. Power. So this is just chorus, so turn it off. Turn off clap. Taking the reverb out a little bit. Yes. Chorus. And I put it on stereo so that it will widen up the sound. I think, if I remember correctly, if you open it up, there is a screw that you can tweak to have the effect be more or less. I've not opened it up because I was simply too lazy to do so. But yeah, it's okay. But it's a lot of chorus immediately. It would be cool to have a dial on there to just like dial it in a little bit, maybe, you know. So a trick would be to put it on a send, maybe on an auxiliary send on your mixer, and just like open it up there. But for sake of argument, the synth is going straight into the effects and then going straight to the mixer, as I think most of you were going to use it. Okay, so out of this into this. You have to be careful. I love it though, because for this sound you can have a dramatic impact, but you should always be cautious. So when I start my set, I'm probably not going completely wild, and I need to get my bearings a bit, because now that I'm running it a little bit, I'm thinking like, okay, yeah, I'm digging that. I'm feeling this vibe. Okay. Turn this off, kick on. Back off a little bit on the feedback, on the delay. Let's try a different setting. Take this out. Now we're just listening to the reverb. I love this reverb, it's amazing. Room. Obviously you would never use it like this. Is like getting lost in the bathtub, you know what I mean? But that's a thing. It could be a nice effect. And then the spring, obviously. Loving it, loving it. Normal plate. Normal room, normal spring, modulation setting, amazing, and then shimmer, the spring, so you can go from moderate to all the way to crazy town if you would like. I'm loving it, right? Okay. Now I'm gonna go back to my setting, because I love the normal setting and the room. And by itself, you can hear that turning it off, this is just the sound. Nice, nice, loving it. The spring being a little bit more bright, a little bit more brittle, I think. Now the trick also is to see these things also as synthesizers, or at least something that you can manipulate, because this sound obviously is going to be completely different from the sound that we just had. Long notes, short notes, they require a different approach when it comes to your effects, you know. So as I said, the DC electronic was a bit like in my face, I think. It thickens up, fattens up the sound, as if the subsequent needs to be fattened out a little bit more, but that's what it is. Now, yeah, let's see if we can change this bass sound a little bit and alter the sounds as well. Alter the effects, I mean. So, taking out oscillator, sub oscillator, make it into a lead maybe. There you go. Out. Let's see if I can do something with delay. And the reason I'm sticking the delay in there because I only want this delay to respond to the higher frequencies, so that if I'm opening up the blue sky, that will just all get embedded on that sound. A little bit right out here. So like I said, this is how I work it. This is how I like it. That's how I like to work it. Let me know in the comment section below what your drug of choice is. Looking at the effects pedals, which one do you need? Which is your absolute favorite? And did you have any of them that you used and that you just kind of grew out of? Because that's what sometimes happens, you know. I mean, an effect pedal is very personal. Sometimes you'll just go for it, and then sometimes you just don't. And as I said, they don't always work on synthesizers, you know, because I'm not saying they're made for guitar, but yeah, you know, in the guitar realm, obviously, it does the different things. And with big bass heavy sounds, you would love to have certain effects that work. So I think the Strymon Blue Sky is an absolutely nice guy as well. But I mean, if you want to go for the less expensive option, then that might be a cool one. It does something and it enriches the sound. You know, it makes it sheen all over the place. The shimmer setting is pretty cool. Now, tomorrow night I'm playing in Dordrecht, which is in Holland. It's the place where I was born, actually, this city. So I'm having some sort of a home game, even though I live in Rotterdam. But still, I'm playing there. I'm playing together with the cellist Annie Tengberg. And Annie plays in the Metropole Orchestra. Now, she is one of those cellists that really thinks out of the box when it comes to what her sound should sound like. So she's bringing a lot of pedals as well, loopers, octavers, distortion, whatever. So that's going to be an absolutely amazing thing because the cello just sounds like yummy. And that thing together with a subsequent is a match made in heaven. So we're going to just jam it out. Skeleton setup for me. I'm not bringing a lot of gear, but it's going to be cool. That's at the Kunstkerk, the art church. So as part of the React art exhibit, we are the live musical sort of like art piece that's also making our contribution from a sonic perspective. So that's cool. So whenever you're in the neighborhood, come and check it out. Be quick though, because it's selling out pretty fast. Okay, that's how I do it. Now, if you want to get closer to the whole vibe, you want to know more about this stuff, I will have to tell you to go and visit Analog Courses. I'm sorry, I've been so busy. We've been so busy because it's only a two-man gang at the minute and there's so much stuff that's happening. So it's getting finalized. We're getting the team expanded. So there's an editor involved. So Richard, welcome aboard. There's a cameraman involved. So we don't have to do everything ourselves because it was a lot of work. So that's something you can enlist on. And it should be finished by the end of November, finally. So that's something to look out for. On that same note, I still haven't decided the 2 challenges that we had. So that's coming also. There's a lot of stuff that's going to happen in the future. So stay tuned for that. Now, talking about the community, it hails from Analog Kitchen on Patreon. So that's patreon.com/Analog Kitchen. And then I've created a bridge from there to Discord, where if you want to just like be in a chat, just like talk to like-minded people, want to just talk about gear, gas, travel, talk about production, talk about whatever. You know, there's like-minded people that you can throw your demos in there. People will not just like diss you or whatever. It's a very respectable community of like-minded folks, and really have a blast. We always laugh. So thanks to everyone that is supporting on Patreon. Thanks to everyone that is supporting on the channel as well, because I fastly believe that it's been going very, very, very fast actually. COVID started, we were on 100 subscribers. Today I'm happy to say that we're on 13,500 and something subscribers, so we're going and growing, and thanks ever so much. I could not do it without you. It's my incentive to make better and bigger content for you guys, so that is what's happening. Thanks for that. Now, what else? I think that I'm there. Yeah, am I there? I think I'm there. So let me know in the comment section whether you liked it or not, if there's anything you need. If not anything else, then thank you for watching. If you made it this far into the video, you are an absolute superstar. So I'll catch you next week. You know where. Here on another video. I'm Melodic Kitchen, and I'm out. Peace!
Thank